What is up, New York Jets fans? Good to see you again here on Saturday night on the Long Island Sound. It's 9 p.m., which means it's time for the Midnight Mike Show. And I am your host, your late night New York Jets host, Midnight Mike. Good to see everybody tonight on the Midnight Mike Show. I guess it was last offseason, we actually had a show where we just had a roundtable discussion on the worst Jets moments of all time. And to be honest, it was a good discussion. And at the time, I wrote a bunch of them down. So I have them for you here today. Today, I want to get not only the people watching, but Maddie and all the people coming on the show tonight. I want to get everybody's top 5 ranking. Now, don't give me rankings yet. I don't want you to put rankings in the comments section yet, because I'm going to give you like 20 moments. And I'm sure if you went to any other team aside from maybe the Browns, the Lions, the Cardinals, you couldn't come up with 20, okay? And I have at least 20 right here. So I want to read off the 20 before you make your list, and then I want you to put them in the comments section. There's not a lot of Jets news going on. We're waiting for training camp to start. Today was the second day of the NHL draft, so that was kind of cool. But aside from that, there's really nothing going on. So tonight we rank the worst Jets moments. By the end of the show, hopefully I'll be able to add them up and get the rankings. Or on this page, on this YouTube channel, there's now basically a Discord attached. It's not Discord, but it's attached to this YouTube channel. It's called YouTube Community. And if you click on that, you can post on my channel. I can post on my channel. And maybe if I can't get through all the addition and subtraction and all that stuff tonight, I'll post the final results from not only the Midnight Mike Show family tree of hosts and things like that, but also I will get your guys' rankings and all of that stuff, and we will get it all taken care of, and we will figure out what officially, according to the Midnight Mike Show family tree of listeners, fans, family, all that stuff, what are the worst Jets moments of all time? Let's get the show started. Let's hit that Jets chant. Like I said, not a lot going on. It's the off season. We're all waiting for training camp to start. The only really news coming out of the Jets camp that I can, and I don't mean training camp, but out of the Jets organization that I've seen over the past few days is how much effort the coaching staff and the organization is putting into making sure Justin Fields gets comfortable in the system, gets comfortable being our starting quarterback. And hey, I mean, that's not a bad thing, is it? I mean, we need a guy. We need him to be comfortable with his offensive line, with the playbook, with his wide receivers, all of that stuff. But that's it. So think about it, folks. And if I missed any when I start naming off the 20 worst Jets moments of all time, and like I said, it may be more than 20. It could be like 21, 22. I don't know. It's a lot of it was off the top of my head, but we will read them all. I want your picks, your top 5, all of that stuff. Let's bring in my co-host. the Beavis to my butthead, ladies and gentlemen, Matty Jets. How you doing, Matty?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Did you watch any of the NHL draft?
Rangers did not have a first round pick.
Yeah, neither did the Devils.
I've just been monitoring it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Don't
and
care.
Once again, when it comes to the NHL draft, most of the time these guys don't show up on the team in the first year.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you don't have like a top 5 pick, it's not a guarantee that they're even. I mean, a lot of these guys don't even come to training camp because they know they're not ready. They're drafting 18-year-olds.
Yeah,
so,
correct. It's so different from the NFL draft, whereas
or the NBA draft.
Yeah, when in those drafts, when your first round pick is usually playing with you your first.
Yeah, like that dude's a lock. So I have one more shift tonight. I got to bounce at about 10 o'clock, and then I go on vacation. So I should be able to be here for the full shows Tuesday and Saturday. But I have a very busy vacation coming up.
Why? What do you got going? Are you going somewhere?
No, I'm getting a lot of shit done around the house, and then it's Fan Expo, which used to be the Denver Comic-Con, but it just turned into a big Funko celebrity cha-cha-thon. But my wife, who makes chainmail jewelry and tapestries, always has a booth there. So I'm expecting to help her set up. I'm going Thursday by myself, and then I'm taking Sasha on Sunday. But I'm trying to the back of me right now is going to be completely different in 2 weeks. Like I'm going to.
Are you doing a complete rehaul of the room, huh?
Pretty much. The only thing that's going to stay is I think the Gretzky jersey, and then I got that map I got for my birthday back. It's framed. It looks amazing.
Nice. Conan the Barbarian map.
Oh yeah. Oh God, it looks so good. I sit there and just stare at it for like 20 minutes because I'm just like, oh, this is where this I turn into total chotch. And then
you're keeping the Jets helmets though, right?
No, the helmets are staying. Yeah, for sure. Those stay, but I mean, you can barely see them. I'm actually trying to find a way to display them a little more prominently.
So you can, so they pop
like that TV that's back there is hooked up to my mini NES and SNES. That's like the 8-bit station. So we'll see. I don't know. Like Fan Expo, it used to be I used to be really excited about it. This year, Scott Snyder will be there. I don't know if you guys are comic savvy, but Scott Snyder is basically one of the best Batman writers, I would say, in the last 30 years. And I've met him. He's really nice. He's super cool. I have no doubt that when I go say hi to him, he'll be like, oh, yeah, hey, man, I remember you, because we had beers and stuff.
He'll know you by name.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we're blood brothers. We pricked our thumbs.
He's like, you're Matty Jets from the Midnight Mike Show, right? And
probably.
You're like, of course.
He's actually a New Yorker, and I don't think he's a Jets fan, though. I think he's a Giants fan.
Ugh.
I'll have to find out. I'll ask him.
Disgusting.
But the one thing I'm trying to do, I got to score up enough money to afford the autograph. But as you guys should know, I am definitely a book lover and a bibliophile. And I want to get Bruce Campbell to sign.
Nice.
But he wants $65 an autograph.
Dude, that's what first off, I have a lot of problems with what a lot of people charge at Comic-Cons. And things like that for their autograph. It's ridiculous. Like Mark Hamill charges like $400.
Mark Hamill and everything about Mark Hamill.
Like who the fuck does he think he is? He's known for one thing, Luke Skywalker. That's awesome.
Well, let's be fair. He has the voice of the Joker under his belt.
Okay, fair enough. Animated series.
And again, Mark Hamill will never be my Joker, just like Craig Conroy, who did great for the voice work. But you can't say that a voice actor is your version of a superhero. I can't take that seriously.
I know.
You can love him.
I take it seriously, but you can't put it up there with the people who portrayed him on the screen.
Right. That's what I mean. Yes. Like it's fine, but
although to be fair, I would give Mark Hamill more credit as the Joker than Jared Leto. I
would give everybody else more credit than Jared Leto.
Yeah, I give you more credit.
Yeah, I believe me, I can do a fucking silly laugh. So, yeah. So, anyways, go to my Twitter and message me and donate money so I can get this book signed. But, no, for real. I there's some things I want to do, and we'll see how things go. But it the problem I have with modern Comic Cons is I don't read. It's not that I don't read. I read modern shit because the
Yeah.
guy who does 7 Years in Darkness, which Google it, it's an amazing series. It's if Marilyn Manson wrote Harry Potter. It's fantastic. He's gonna be there, and I'm so excited. I'm gonna buy every fucking thing this dude has. He just doesn't have a lot. He's an indie publisher, but all of this shit is like I go in and I asked for example, I was looking for last year Batman number 251. It's a very iconic Joker cover. It's from the 70s. It's basically like the first Bronze Age Joker. It's really cool, but it's a key book. Like people know it. And everybody looked at me like I was asking for like child porn or something. And I'm like, you're a major comic book dealer. What do you mean? They're like, well, I have this Deadpool that's a chromium variant. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like, oh my God.
I'm looking for something specific, bro.
I'm looking for real comic shit, not new flavored garbage. And so like this year my plan is I'm going to go to the guy who does 7 Years in Darkness's booth, Joseph Schmalke, and I'm going to get a couple Conan t-shirts, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. Like,
well, you'll see.
We'll see.
You'll see
Yeah, we'll see. It'll be fun. Like I said, I'm going Thursday and Saturday.
All right. Well, check this out, Maddie. First and foremost, yes, Valerie, our first lady channel member in here, says, hey, guys, rest in peace, Jerry Philman, member of the Super Bowl New York Jets. So, yes, rest in peace. But I did do a little updating on my page. We have instead of the logo on the page being Midnight Mike Show, it's the MMS now. And I'm not talking about what you're seeing here. I'm talking about if you were to go to the actual channel. It now has the nice MMS. And not only that, but I finally got a few new catches in for when people do something like this. Michael Landau, channel member.
Michael, you stud.
$20 coming in, and he's going to get one of the special things. But first, I want to read this. It says 82, and he's talking. This is the topic tonight, folks. So he says we're ranking the Jets' worst moments of all time. I have a bunch. Don't send them in yet. Please don't send them in yet because I want to make sure you hear all the ones I have. I have like 20. But he came in. This was before the show even started and said 82. Yeah, absolutely. 82 AFC Championship game against the Dolphins. Piece of shit. Shula didn't cover the field because he wanted to neutralize the Jets' speed. He was waiting to stick it to the Jets for beating his Colts in Super Bowl III and embarrassing him. And ladies and gentlemen, because he's an older fan, I'm going to give him one of the new catches with the Jets chant. Yeah, we'll give him. We'll give. Here we go. He gets a special chant. He gets a special catch. How about some Kenny O'Brien to Wesley Walker for 88 yards?
That's beautiful. I miss those days where football wasn't so ridiculously commercialized. You know what I mean? Like in the 80s, like when we were kids, football was just what you did with your dad on Sunday.
Yeah, you just sat there.
There was no fantasy. There was no like bet 360, all that bullshit. Like, and don't get me wrong, I got nostalgic this week because it's like 8,000 fucking degrees right now. I was like, man, I can't wait till like September where I come home from work, get a little sleep. I just get up, I go chill out. I put the game on. I put my feet up. Like my first half of my Sunday, I should say, is kind of spoken for. And everybody knows, look, Maddie's watching the Jets game. There will be a lot of cursing and yelling. But I'm so like, I miss the days when I was a kid where I'd just get up, my parents would be up already. And like my dad used to be really cool. We would drive over to my grandma's house and have breakfast at like 7 a.m. And my grandma, and I miss her, it was like, I can't smell fresh cooked bacon without thinking of her. And we'd have breakfast. We'd talk about shit. My grandma would be like, let the boy have a Pepsi. It's fine. And I'm like, it's like 8 a.m. And I'm like, yeah, Dad, fuck off. And then we'd cruise back to the house, and just in time for the game, we'd have our feet up. And I just miss those days, man. Like now it's like every commercial is a fucking betting site or a fantasy football site. Like I say, I've told you guys this. I've been out of the fantasy football game for about 5-6 years. Scott, I can help you with that. It's just kind of like it's chill. You just get up and enjoy the game, have your morning or afternoon, depending on where you are. But yeah, I just want football to be fun again. I feel like it hasn't been for years.
There's just so much that goes along with a Sunday, and again, that's
Yeah.
another thing. Sundays used to be special, because you had Sunday night football, or you had Sunday football, and then you didn't have Sunday night football, but you had Monday night football, and then that was it. Now there's Sunday football, Sunday night football, Monday night football, Thursday night football. There's it's on Christmas, it's on Thanksgiving, it's on Black Friday. It's like
It's funny. I was talking to my brother. My brother used to, because my brother's 9 years younger than me, so I would watch football in my room, because by then I was, if my brother was 6, I was like 15, so I had a TV by then, so I'd put the game on in my own room. It wasn't a big deal. But my brother used to watch football with my dad, and he was very little. He used to call it crashing helmets because they put the two helmets and they smash into each other.
Oh yeah.
And so, like, to this day, I'm like, yeah, Monday Night Football, yeah, it's crashing helmets. Let's go. I don't know. I'm just getting nostalgic, but I just miss the simpler times where you could just enjoy this shit without everybody basically begging you to bet on it or. Like,
dude, I just remember sitting in front of the television, like starting at an hour before the 1:00 game, watching the pre-show. And then I always remember, like, right before the game, the 1:00 game would start, my dad would always come into the living room and be like, okay, what do you want? And it'd be like, whatever you wanted, subs, pizza, whatever. And he'd order them. He'd bring them in,
Right.
It was just, like you said, simpler times.
We used to do grilled cheese. Grilled cheese was a big one for us.
Real quick, Scott Foster comes in. Rest in peace, Dave Parker.
I didn't know Dave Parker
Hall of Famer, the
That's
Cobra. Dave Parker,
dude was
rest
a
in
stud.
peace. Lane, what's up? How you doing? How do you like I didn't like the Yankee game today. How about that?
Well, I didn't like the Mets game either, so.
Boogie Down says, have you guys done a Mount Worstmore yet? No, because 4 is
4 is too little for us. We would need like a Mount fucking like 22 more.
Yeah, I mean, like, let's be honest, a Mount Worstmore. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? Because Maddie,
I like this idea though.
Listen, I've had a trivia on hand for a long time. We're gonna get this one out of the way tonight. But
I'm only here for another 45 minutes.
Correct, which is why we're gonna get through some of these, and I'm gonna say these worst Jets moments, and then we'll let people start getting in their picks, and we'll bring in your opponent, and we will do that. But Valerie's in here, Scott's in here. I won't get to watch many Jets games this year. Why not?
Like I say,
Scott,
I can.
Scott, I got a stream for you. We got to talk privately. I've got an extremely legal stream.
Unless you're at work, we can help you.
And do me a favor, everybody watching. Let's get those views up tonight. I think this is a show that people can enjoy and whatnot. So hit the like button. Hit that like button if you have not. It's free. It helps out the show. And Maddie, you know what I should have done? We should have collaborated this. I should have told you beforehand, and I should have had you wear your CCCP jersey because I'm wearing a USA 80 hockey jersey.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you got? A Tikhonov?
I got several. I got.
You have several Russian hockey jerseys?
I have like 7 of them.
Jesus Christ.
I love them, dude. I love to collect that shit. The Cold War is my thing. I have Tretiak. Who the fuck? I can't think of them right now. They're in the closet. But like I say, it's too hot to put them on right now. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Scott says he's been getting nostalgic because of some of my childhood baseball,
dude.
Baseball players that have died. Yep, it happens.
Sad, like, think about how bummed we're gonna be when Tony Gwynn passes away.
Well, once all the 80s guys start going, that's where I'm gonna start having a problem. Lane, what does that mean? Jets number 73. It's Klecko. We all love Klecko.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, he's fine.
And we don't have the link yet, Lane. We don't have the link yet,
You'll
Lane.
get there, Lane. I told you it's going to be a little bit. You'll probably get on
we got
after
some
I leave.
things to do. All right. So let's do this. What I'm going to do, folks, is I am going to name out all the Jets moments. What's up, Clancy? Good to have you in here. What's up, Abe? Tony Gwynn. There you go.
Dude, you didn't have to be. No. Oh, is he? Oh, shit.
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh, that's right. He is. Fuck, dude.
Yeah. There you go. All right. But listen, folks listening, here's what we got to do. I'm going to name off these moments. Maddie, if you want to throw in a quick 2 cents about one of that catches your ear, you're more than welcome to. I would like your top 5 at some point before you head out tonight. But what I want you guys to do is write in the comment section, once I'm done reading these, your top 5, just 5 worst New York Jets moments, and I'll come up with a collaboration, and we'll put that out on the community page here on Midnight Mike Show YouTube Midnight Mike Show YouTube channel. It's almost like Discord for YouTube. A lot of you have seen my posts on there. Well, now I've made it so that you guys can post there too. So feel free, keep it kosher. Don't sit here dropping N-bombs and things like that. But feel free to join in the conversation and all that. I know we've had problems with our Discord. I mean, I still am in the Discord talking to people, but it seems like the link changes all the time. It becomes a pain in the ass. But either way, here we go. Mike thinks he's Gordon Bombay. No, but I do. I almost bought a Charlie Conway jersey. Speaking of which. All right. So here we go, Maddie. You ready? Yeah. I got 22 worst Jets moments, folks. And the reason I told you to wait is because I just want you to hear them before you throw out a few and then go, oh shit. Because then it's harder for me to go back into the comments and come up, because if you're like, oh, here's my top 5. Oh, you know what? Put this one in. Here's like 20 to 25 right now. Number 1, I have Vinny Testaverde going down in 1999. Number 2, I have Aaron Rodgers going down in 2023. Number 3, I have the Jets almost getting to first place, but then in 1994, but then being ruined in the second half, and then eventually leading to Dan Marino's fake spike, one of the plays that is shown over and over again in any sports. Like if they do any top 10 worst defeats, top 10 most upsets, top 10, you're always going to see the Dan Marino fake spike. I have Dennis Byrd going down, which, that's truly a bad moment. I have Doug Bryan missing 2 field goals versus Pittsburgh in the AFC Championship game. I have the 95 and 96 season combined as one, and that's when we went over those 2 seasons, 4-28. I have the hiring of Adam Gase. I have the we're going to put the next one in with the 95-96 season because I have the hiring of Rich Kotite, but the 95-96 season is because of Rich Kotite. So we'll just, if you put in Rich Kotite or you put in 95-96 season, I'm going to count that as one. That's going to be one. In 97, when we were finally good again with Bill Parcells, his first year, we were going to make the playoffs if we won our last game, but Barry Sanders ran all over us. So losing to Detroit in 97 in the last game of the season just to miss the playoffs.
That one. I
can get fucking mad at that one. I was really fucking pissed at that one. I've told you what I did I've told you what I did, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was pissed. I went into my room, locked the door, didn't come out the rest of the night. It was, you have to remember, for me, like, I know you probably remember. Do you remember like the 80 the AFC Championship game in 81?
I was 3.
Okay, I was very young too. See, I don't remember that.
No, I don't remember it, but I've seen tapes of it.
Yeah, and I remember a few of the early 80s things, like the 84, 85, 86 season. Like, I kind of remember that time when the Jets were good. But this was the
shit
97.
From about 83 on.
Yeah, I'm like 84 on. So it's like, whatever. 97, though, was like that first time I really had fucking hope, especially since the season before we were 1-15, and we went into that game at 9-6. Like, I
remember.
That's a turnaround. Keep hitting that like button, folks.
Let's be fair. There was also that game against Seattle where that motherfucker was nowhere near the end zone and they gave it to him.
Yeah, but didn't we rout Seattle that year? It wasn't even close. It was like 41-0. I'm pretty sure we routed Seattle that season.
Whatever.
Like, fine, take it away. We still beat them by 30.
Yeah, we still won.
Then I have Kyle Brady being chosen over Warren Sapp. I have in 2010 the sideline coach tripping the Dolphins player as clear as day and making us look like a bunch of jackasses.
Fucking so bad.
I have the 1988 game where the Jets lost to the Bills 37-14 and the fans set Giant Stadium on fire. I have Mark Gastineau burying Bernie Kosar in the playoffs in a game we probably would have won if it weren't for that and giving the Browns an extra chance to go down the field and score and us losing in overtime. I have Geno Smith's broken jaw. That was a good one, right? I have drunk Joe Namath embarrassing all of us on the sidelines.
I don't think that counts because it's not a football moment.
Dude, I said Jets moments. I didn't say football moments. I'm sorry. That's one of the most embarrassing things. That made him quit drinking. It was so embarrassing. Like, let's be honest here. Are you forgetting?
I want to kiss you.
No, I don't care. Like, I don't think that counts as the Jets moment because he wasn't an active player or anything else. I mean, it's a bad PR moment, but that one is never going to make my list.
I have here's the one Lando picked. I have the 1982 AFC Championship mud water logged game where we lost, I believe it was 14-0. And he's right. He was right in his thing. Shula just the Jets were a faster team. The Jets could have at least made a better showing than 14-0.
That's just smart coaching. I'm not putting that on my list.
I actually agree with you there. Like, if they can find a way,
I promise you, we would have done the exact same shit.
Correct.
So,
and I've said that before with their new stadium, Maddie. I've said, like, the way they made their field so that the visitors bench is directly in the sunlight and their bench is in the shade during most games.
Not an accident.
No, that's fucking smart.
That's how it works.
It sucks, but
Look,
you know what? The Dolphins haven't
where
won a
you can get
playoff
'em.
game in
Yeah.
25 years. They need some sort of advantage.
No, I get it.
Then I have the infamous butt fumble that's shown every Thanksgiving.
Christ.
I have Bill Belichick being our head coach for one day and then going over to the New England Patriots just to give them the dynasty that we all know. I have Mo Lewis downing Drew Bledsoe, thus bringing up the reign of Tom Brady.
I got to stop you on that one. I
Okay.
can't get mad at that. Mo Lewis is just doing his job.
I agree with that. But once again, it's a shitty moment. It's a shitty moment.
In retrospect, but you can't say that you weren't cheering your ass off when he did it, because I know I was.
Oh yeah, because we thought Drew Bledsoe was the good player.
Yeah, and we were like,
we didn't know what was coming.
Shoulder, and then but I mean, if Mo Lewis had half-assed it and just pushed him out, we'd have been like, come on, man, eat his lunch.
What do we got here? New York Jets superfan says butt fumble playoff loss to the Colts in 2010. Playoff loss to the Broncos in the late 90s. You're talking about the AFC Championship game?
I was at that game.
And drafting Zach Wilson. I mean, drafting Zach Wilson sucks, but compared to some of the things I've named.
Yeah, that's not even close.
Yeah, it's all right. And then the last one I have is the Sam Darnold seeing ghosts and admitting it. Which really embarrassing. Scott comes in and says, I don't remember the 80s so well. I know you keep saying what kind of drugs and drinking you were doing. That makes
I respect that,
sense.
Scott. You know what? You didn't miss much, actually.
All right. So
all those movies you can buy right now.
Those are and I like concise lists. So give me your top 5, folks. Maddie, I'd like if you could come up with a top 5. I'll quickly try to do this again real quick. Vinny going down in 99, Aaron going down in 23, fake Spike in 94, Dennis Bird going down, Doug Bryan missing 2 field goals versus Pittsburgh, the 95-96 season where we went 4-28, the hiring of Adam Gase, losing to Detroit in the last game of the season when we were 9-6 to miss the playoffs in 97. Kyle Brady being picked over Warren Sapp, 2010 sideline coach tripping the Dolphins player, 1998 Jets lose to the Bills 37-14. The fans set the stadium on fire. Gastineau burying Bernie Kosar in the playoffs. Geno's broken jaw. Drunk Joe Namath. 82 AFC Championship game lost in the Mud Bowl to the Dolphins. The butt fumble, Belichick's one-day reign going to the Patriots. You know what happened there. Mo Lewis downs Drew Bledsoe. You know what happened there. And finally, Sam Darnold seeing ghosts. Let's bring in not only your opponent in trivia, but another guy I want to talk to and find out what he has to say, his top 5. Honest Abe, how you doing tonight?
Mike and Matt.
We're doing this again.
Sounds like a CBS sitcom, and I can't wait to watch it.
Dude, it sounds like a really bad radio show that was on like a W-Fan knockoff.
Hell yeah. Hey,
dude, our Mets are fucking booty cheeks, Abe.
Dude, they suck.
Holy fuck, man.
They're pressing, but you know what? I think overall, I think that they are a really good team. We do have some pitching resources coming back.
Yeah.
And at least now, like, get this dog shit play out of your system now.
Yeah.
Like it's better to happen now than towards the end of the season.
I'm just glad they fucking sent AAA Alvarez the fuck down.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like, because I played catcher when I played baseball 100 years ago, and I always pay attention to the catchers, but God, he had to go. But
I mean, it's not like it's much better. Luis Torrens is not an everyday catcher.
No, but Jesus, man, like Alvarez, when Alvarez got in what's his fucking face's way and let that run score a couple games ago, like probably 10 games ago, I just like I'm gonna start wearing this Rockies cap because my daughters and I went to that game. I had them both like sign the top of the bill and stuff. And if I'm gonna rep a team that sucks, I'm gonna rep a team that's supposed to suck.
Let's not forget Luis Torrens was like a day or so later or before used his mask to stop.
Yeah, dude. What the fuck, man?
It's 101. It's catching 101.
How do you do that? And the funniest part was it was so funny because the announcers, I'm sure you watched the game too. They're like, we don't know what happened. I'm like, I saw what happened. The ump is 2 feet away. He fucking saw what happened. I hate everything.
It's tough. I get it. There's some small things that need to be repaired, right?
It's a long season, and there's a few tweaks that need to be made at the deadline. But like, we really don't have to abandon ship and panic. But God, I'm just like,
it's tough.
Because so one of my captains at work is a huge baseball fan and a Dodgers fan.
Ugh.
And yeah, I know. And the shit just like the fucking every time. Hey, fucko, how's it going? I'm like, it's going very poorly.
Yeah. I get it from Tigers fans out here. They have the best record in baseball.
Oh, I know. And these I can only imagine Tigers fans are acting like they've been winning every World Series since Ty Cobb was on.
I'm like, dude, you can't name 2 guys on this roster.
Yeah, I can't.
What the fuck is a Colt Keith?
Dude, all I know is like the funny thing is I kind of root for the Tigers because they've been such booty cheeks for so long. But like at the same time, like I don't live in Detroit. It's kind of like me with the Broncos. Everyone's like, why do you hate them so much? I'm like, because I'm balls deep in hearing their bullshit. Yep. So that's the same thing for you with the Tigers.
Yep.
Real quick, Valerie came in and mentioned Malachi Corley dropping the ball at the goal line. Once again, an embarrassing moment, but compared to some of the 20
oddly enough, can't crack our top 20. That's how bad this fucking franchise is.
It's bad. It is bad.
I don't even like sports.
Here's a couple that I wrote down a list when you started the show. I started writing down a list.
Oh, you got some extras. Let's do it.
Here's some extras that I have on. Now, most of them are precise. You know, Pittsburgh 2010, the Vinny and Rogers Achilles, butt fumble. Because the way I make my list, it's not just that sucked for the Jets, but it's also only the Jets do that embarrassment moment. So the other ones I have on here is the Victor Cruz Christmas Day 99-yard touchdown. I have trading for Tim Tebow because only the Jets would pull that crap off. Beating the Rams to lose out on Trevor Lawrence, ultimately getting Zach Wilson.
Also a good one.
And then
although I'm real, Spicoli is not exactly.
I'm gonna root for the Jets to win. Like I can't.
I get it. He's not saying he wanted him to lose. He's just saying that.
But once again, what has Trevor Lawrence done?
Trevor Lawrence is still in the league as opposed to every other quarterback that does.
Zach Wilson's in the league, and I guarantee you by the second time we play the Dolphins, he'll be the quarterback.
He got married.
I hope so. And the only one, the last one I have is trading up for Sam Darnold 2 months before the draft to the number 3 pick, not knowing it's going to be Sam Darnold. And then on top of that, taking him and not a Heisman Trophy winner, future 2-time MVP Lamar Jackson.
Well,
I
that's
hate how
fair.
right
See,
you are
see
right
that
now
no,
on
but
that
see,
one.
Lamar
That one
Jackson.
is your chef's kiss on that one. Abe, that's you're 100% right on that one. I hate
No, well, but that's the thing. Trevor Lawrence, I think, is a bad example. Yes, he's making $55 million a year, but he's overpaid. He hasn't done shit for the fucking Jaguars.
don't
Lamar
act like the Jets
Jackson,
wouldn't have given him the exact same
no,
contract.
but Lamar Jackson, that's legit. Like,
yeah, no, that's Abe's best one out of all of them. Is boy, did we fucking misread that? But all right,
all right, real quick, give me your guys' top 5 so that I can put it in the rankings here.
Go ahead, Abe.
All right. Top 5. I'm gonna combine I'm just gonna call it Achilles because it's Vinny and Rodgers together.
No, you can't do that.
I would say
to come
Vinny
up.
trumps the Rodgers on that one.
I agree. All right, fine. The Vinny Achilles. That's
Is
one.
that your number 1?
Just 5.
That's your 5. Okay, 5.
That's 5. The Darnold trade up is 4. Kyle Brady over Warren Sapp is 3.
Hold on. Okay, keep going.
Losing in Pittsburgh in 2011 when we should have won the whole damn thing.
Oh God, I remember that.
Is number 2. Because that's not even the Doug O'Brien one that you mentioned. That was in 04. Pittsburgh, we were the best team in football in 2011. We should have won the whole damn thing. That's number 2, and number 1's the butt fumble. Only the Jets have something like that.
So I actually want to give you props on the Pittsburgh in 2011 one. It's not on my list, but it will live in infamy in the Jets household that I live in, because I got fucking hammered and started fucking talking shit and humping shit, and my wife will never let me live it down. She's like, you got fucking loaded and embarrassed yourself so bad.
I talked to a player on that team, and he told me point blank they expected to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
As a Jets player or a Jets fan, can you really ever just expect to win a Super Bowl?
Dude,
No,
that year they were legit.
But
I agree. I mean, look, I'm not.
I play slow pitch old man softball. When I go into a game, I go, "Hey, look, my team's better than that team. I expect to win this game."
Yeah, no, 100%.
There's no reason in professional football, even knowing like, hey, anything can happen. You go into a thing, we're a better team. We should win this thing.
Mets is live from Pigeon Forge. I'll be there next month. Mets. I actually saw Mets went to like a Jesus Con, and he had a live video for like 20 minutes. Like Kevin Sorbo was there, Christy Swanson was there, a bunch of people, whatever. And I'll tell you what, it's well worth watching. Watching Mets go up to people and people being like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm doing a thing for my YouTube channel," and just like yelling at these people.
I can only.
What is this? Is this an anti-abortion thing? All right, I can get on board with that. It's really good. It's entertaining. I suggest everybody go in and check it out. All right, Maddie, what do you got?
So I went with a more personal thing. Like these
are you starting with 5?
I'll start at 5.
Okay.
That I had dealt with, like, the fake spike is my number 5, just because it's constantly we're always reminded of it.
Yes.
Number 4 is hiring Adam Gase, because all of us were like, don't hire this fucking guy. And fucking Peyton Manning was like, "Oh, I'll make this chicken parm. Y'all should hire this fuck."
Manning.
I fucking hate Peyton Manning. I hope he dies from syphilis. Number 3, Gino's broken jaw, because I remember being at work and my buddy, who's a diehard Broncos fan, comes up. He couldn't hide his boner telling me about it. He was so happy. Oh, and it was so unprofessional. Number 2, A-Rod in 2023 with the fucking thing, because not only did it happen, but I even said, wouldn't it be the most Jets thing if he got hurt in the first game? Like, I portended it. I called it. It's my fault. It's me. I'm the problem. And number 1, the 1996 season.
I have 95, 96 combined, but
I don't give a fuck about the 95 season. The 96 season was when I moved to Denver, went to that first game, and got hit with batteries from fucking Broncos fans when they got their asses kicked. And week in and week out until they finally beat the Cardinals, and I believe it was week 9, they were fucking awful.
For real quick for mine, I put mine as, of course, mine are all things I remember, just as like it seems like you guys did the same thing. It's hard to do something past your memory because you weren't there to feel it. But my number 5 was Gastineau burying Kosar in the playoffs. My number 4 was losing to Detroit in 97. My number 3 was the 95-96 season. My number 2 was the fake spike in 94. My number 1 was Vinny going down in 99.
I knew that would be your number.
Well, you didn't even that one.
Well, Vinny's my goddamn hero. Like everyone knows that.
Yeah, well, all right.
And there he is. 12-1 as a starter this season. God damn, he's the man.
All right, if we're doing trivia, we got to speed it along because I got 19 minutes.
All right, 19 minutes. We'll go to 19 minutes and we'll see where we're at that moment. How about that?
So let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing back a little Midnight Mike Show trivia because once the season starts, we're not going to be able to do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Midnight Mike Show trivia. Once again, it's just like Jeopardy. I ask a question, and they write it down, and when they're locked in, they give me their answers. 4 points. Sometimes points are worth more, or questions are worth more than 1 point. And at the end, we have 3 categories, 5 questions apiece. And Maddie, please let everybody know the rules so that you don't get pissed off.
Yeah, shut up until we answer the questions. Don't type shit. Just let us do it, and then you can show everybody how smart you are. No one cares if you cheat in the chat.
All right, Maddie, you're actually the defending champion.
Really?
So what I'm going to do is let the challenger, Honest Abe, make the first choice.
I was going to say I would defer to Abe to let him choose first either way.
Well, the 3 categories on tonight's program, guys, keep hitting the like button. It's not easy to come up with and make segments up for a show. We don't just come on here willy-nilly and just sit here and chat like bullshit.
Yeah,
there's a rhyme. We do, but there's also
That's
a rhyme
exactly
and
what
reason.
we do.
Yeah, but there's also a rhyme and reason behind a lot of the stuff
right.
on the Midnight Mike Show. So here's our 3 categories. We have an oldie but a goodie, the New York Jets. Then we have U.S. history, 1970 to 2000. And the final category is now you're playing with power. All of these questions have to do with the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System.
All right.
Honest Abe, New York Jets, U.S. history 1970 to 2000, or now you're playing with power.
I'm about to get dominated tonight. Let's go with.
I don't know about that, man.
Dude, let's go with history. I was born for part of this.
All right, Maddie, Abe, here we go. U.S. history, 1970 to 2000. The first question is, this was the year that the Gulf War began. Once again, everybody listening at home, don't write it in the comments section yet, but this is the year that the Gulf War began. Looks like everybody's locked in. I'll bring that down. And we will go to Abe. Abe, what year did the Gulf War begin?
I think that's 1991. All right.
That's
Maddie?
what I put too, 91.
Oh,
The correct answer, folks.
I feel so much better about that.
No, I remember it being, I had a fucking shirt for it.
Mets gets the point. Started in 1990 with Operation Desert Shield, went into 1991 with Operation Desert Storm.
Well, Desert Shield wasn't part of the war. That was just a protective thing. 91 is when the offensive was launched.
Well, it also ended right at the beginning of 1991 because it went into the Super Bowl in January.
All right.
But that was about it.
0-0.
I can live with
All
that.
right.
Yeah.
That one. By 1 year off.
All right, here we go. Next question, Abe, category?
Let's go to Jets. Let's mix it up.
All right, going to New York Jets. Here we go. How many playoff appearances have the New York Jets had?
How many seasons they've been in the playoffs?
Correct. Now, how many games?
Okay.
How many years have they made the playoffs?
Okay.
Once again, for everybody at home, how many playoff appearances have the Jets made?
I don't think I'm right, but I'll guess.
Remember, the New York Jets started as the New York Titans in 1960 and have gone all the way up until 2025.
We're ready.
Oh, are both of you locked in?
Yeah.
Terrific. All right, here we go. We start with Honest Abe.
I lowball this. I say 8.
Maddie.
9.
The correct answer, folks. I don't see anything in the chat. This is 10. No, Chris, Bills fan, not many. Sorry, Mets, not right. The correct answer, folks, is 14.
Damn.
Is that right? You see me both saying, wow, we've been around for like 70 years.
Yeah, and 68 of those years have been absolute train wrecks.
By the way, I feel way better about my answers that Maddie is so close to me.
Yeah, like I think we're sharing a brain tonight.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. All right. Abe, you're still on the clock. History, New York Jets, or now you're playing with power?
Back to history.
All right, back to U.S. history, 1970 to 2000. Here we go. Hold on. There we go. What president's administration negotiated the Paris Peace Accords, ending the U.S. military involvement in Vietnam? Once again, for everybody at home, what president's administration negotiated the Paris Peace Accords, ending U.S. military involvement in Vietnam?
Wait.
Maddie is writing. Abe is thinking. Oh, Abe is in.
I think I'm in.
I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think I might be too, but we'll see.
All right. Well, we'll start off with Abe. What do you got?
I'm wrong. I wrote Lyndon B. Johnson, but I'm too early. He's too early for that.
He's too early.
Maddie?
I got Spiro Agnew.
Agnew was never a president.
Dude, I fucking
Hey, I got
put Carter like twice and fucking wigged out.
I got a point. At least I said a human president.
You don't get a point, fucko.
Well, I'll tell you who does get a point. Valerie.
I was gonna put Nixon, and I was like, no, because he fucking left beforehand. God, dude, hey, we are booty cheeks tonight.
Richard Nixon.
We are the Mets pitching staff tonight.
All right, guys, please hit that like button on your way in or on your way out. It really does help the show. Oh, and if you can, please, it's the last Saturday of the month, so super chats are appreciated. If we somehow get to 10 gifted channel memberships, I will match them. As a matter of fact, if we get to 5, I'll match 5. And then if we get to 10, I'll match another 5. So anything you can do to help, it's the last Saturday of the month. I do appreciate
I
that.
love that we haven't gotten a single right answer.
Yeah, well, we will see here. It's only been 3. So, Abe, you still have control of the board because nobody's answered a question right.
Let's go to NES.
Let's do it.
All right, now you're playing with power. All right, this is actually going to end up being a 2-point question. And real quick, let me make sure I have my sounds right. Here we go. This was the name of the robot that accompanied the NES for games such as Gyromite. And he has 2 names. He has his name and then what his name stands for. If you get both, then you get 2 points. If you just get his name, 1 point. What's up, Greg? Good to see you. We are in the middle of Midnight Mike Show trivia. Don't write the answers in before these 2 clock in. In the NES
We're
category.
both clocked in.
Oh, you're both clocked in. All right.
Neither of us knows.
Oh, this was the name of the robot that
It's
accompanied
like
the
Gyrobot.
NES. Hold on. Gyrobot.
I don't remember.
It's better than my answer.
All right. Well, Maddie, is your guess Gyrobot?
Yeah, but I know it's wrong.
Abe.
You said it's 2 names. I wrote Optimus and Prime.
I like his guess.
The answer is Rob. Rob the robot. And Rob stood for Robotic Operating Buddy.
And also was Metz's best friend from 1982 to 2007.
And
Yep.
and his current girlfriend.
Ooh, good for you, Metz.
Metz gets a point. That's good.
Goddamn, dude, we suck tonight, buddy.
That's okay. That's okay. Come on. At least we can all have a good time with it.
I at least remember the commercial with him.
Yeah. Now it was he breaks out of the TV.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Nobody's gotten anything right. So Honest Abe has
Carry
control
on,
of the
Abe.
board.
All right, let's go. Let's do NES some more because that was fun.
Yeah, why
All
not?
right, guys, you can do this one. I have faith that one of you. I think Maddie can get this one. I don't know how much you know about the
I have
NES.
no faith.
Zero. I know zero.
All right, well, here we go, folks. And hold yourself, Mets, because you'll probably get this one too. So wait till they answer. Mets is over there like, yeah, I'm going to get this one. All right, here we go. Question number 2, and now you're playing with power. In the original Legend of Zelda, what does Link have to collect after defeating each boss? It's pieces of something.
Okay, I actually have.
In the original Legend of Zelda, what does Link have to collect after defeating each boss? Now, I can't keep in mind, I want the specific. So it's not just one word.
What do you mean it's not just one word?
It's 3 words. Well, the middle word is of. There.
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
All right.
Gabe.
Well, he said 2 words, so I wrote red rubies. That's wrong. I didn't play Zelda. I played sports games.
Pieces of the Triforce.
I mean, yeah, but which Triforce?
What do you mean, which Triforce?
Give
There's
him the
one
goddamn
fucking
point.
golden pyramid.
There were 3 Triforces. And he was collecting pieces of one of them.
Oh my god.
Fuck it. Okay, I'll take the L.
Well, Mets, once again, it's one of them. He says the Triforce of courage, wisdom, and power. It was only one of them.
The Triforce. You picked up pieces of the fucking Triforce.
You picked up the pieces of the Triforce of wisdom. Wisdom.
Of course.
Because Princess Zelda held one, Ganon held one, and Link had to collect the other one. Come on.
No, fuck you. You're totally rigging this on a
How
literally.
can I can't
fuck
win.
you. Here's where I'm at. This is that episode of Beavis and Butthead where they fucking watch Jeopardy and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, the answer is Outer Mongolia." So fuck off. Yeah, I'll take my L, but you're full of shit.
Oh, Clancy gets a Jets chant. Jets. Clancy, a channel member for 11 months. And if you are a channel member, you get a free super chat every month. A quick handful of weeks left, and the Jets will be in camp getting ready to rock and roll this fall. Everybody have a safe and happy 4th of July. Go New York Jets. That's kind of why I'm wearing this. Although we do have Tuesday's show before the 4th of July. No, Maddie's not right. I can't win. I can't rig a game that I can't win. I come up with questions, and I give them to him.
Like
What's
I say,
the Mets question?
Outer Mongolia.
Outer Mongolia. Okay. Let me check the score here.
It's 0-0. Fuck off.
It's 0-0.
Oh,
Abe,
look whose
Abe.
dick is so big. He's really getting us.
I expected to be dominated by scoring 0. I did not expect it to be this close of a match, though. So
I kind of did.
Let's continue with NES because I really want to get rid of these.
All right. You really just have to know the cartoon, and you can make you could just make a guess, like with just knowing the cartoon.
We're both hitting zeros on this one. Go on.
So here we go. Who is the first boss that you encounter in the original 1989 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles NES game? Who is the first boss that you encounter in the original 1989 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game?
We both held them up.
Here we go.
All righty. Now, once again, you could just make a guess and be so. I mean, you guys can have some decent guesses here.
I definitely have a guess. It's definitely a wrong guess. I was born in 1989, but I'm going to go with Splinter.
He is the Ninja Turtles' friend.
Oh, then what's the Shredder? That's his name. Shredder something.
Shredder would be the final boss.
I said Bebop.
Maddie gets a point.
Dude, honestly, Tommy, I had no fucking idea.
You just need to find a Ninja Turtles enemy and throw them out. Abe picked their sense.
I only went with Bebop because when you say Bebop, and Rocksteady comes first.
I'm going to Elaine. I'm going to the beach. I'm drinking a bunch of beer. I'm lighting off fireworks.
I hate fireworks.
I fucking love fireworks.
Hate fireworks.
Fireworks are so overrated.
I hate fireworks when it's not appropriate. So, like in my area, I don't mind them on the 4th of July, but people will be lighting them off for like a week and a half after, and that pisses me off.
I just love how on nextdoor.com everybody bitches about them. That's hilarious.
I hate them. The kids, the dogs, the calls I get. It's
yeah.
Maddie may win this with a score of 1-0.
Hey.
Let's go, Maddie. You have control
That
of the
will be our
board.
last one. What do we got left?
We have all categories. Now you're playing with power. U.S. history 70
Let's
to
finish
2000.
the NES one just so we can be done with it.
All right. Well, there's still 2 more questions there.
All right, whatever.
You guys aren't going to get this one. If you haven't gotten the other ones, you're not going to get this one.
Well, fucking read it.
You don't have a chance. You know what? I'll change it. Originally, it was name the 4 playable. Name one of the playable characters in Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. How about that? Name one of the playable characters in Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse.
Got it.
All right. And you know what? A lot of them were in the other games that came later. So
Abe, go first.
Yeah, I wrote Mario.
I wrote Alucard.
Maddie gets a point. The answers are Trevor Belmont, Sephia, Alucard, and Grant.
All right, finish NES.
All right.
Abe, I'm taking no fucking joy in this, by the way.
Look, I'm all for. I just don't know any of this like category.
No, I get it, dude. I just want you to know I'm not spiking the ball on you.
Yeah.
Of
this
course,
contest is designed for a nerd Jets fan. For nerd Jets fans.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Scott? You saying I'm a nerd?
I got 3 minutes left.
Oh, hit it.
Well, you have a commanding 2-0 lead.
Commanding. That's terrifying.
Let's push through.
By the way, Mets got all of them. Mets.
And would be awesome. Eating alone at a women's prison. Keep going.
All right, here we go. Well, category, Maddie.
NES.
You're ending the NES? Okay, here we go.
Thank God.
How does Scrooge McDuck attack his enemies in DuckTales?
That I actually know.
All right. What random character are you going to name there, Abe?
You said, how does he attack them? I was going to say he throws gold coins at him.
Maddie?
Pogo stick.
I'll allow it. He jumps and pogos them with his cane.
Yeah, he's got the stick and everything. All right, Jets history. Let's go.
All right, Jets history. Guys, this is a point for each of you. This better be a point for each of you. Here we go. The New York Jets' first home field in franchise history was here. 1960. All right, they're both locked in. We're trying to play this quick. I usually like to keep the music going a little longer. Can't do that tonight. So let's go over to Abe. He's behind. Can he get a point? Avoid the shutout?
I don't think so, because I'm thinking too late. I said Shea Stadium. That's not right.
Polo Grounds.
Damn it. That's the second guess in my head.
Sorry, buddy. Let's keep going. Finish it up.
Jets. All right, here we go. Who leads the New York Jets with the most fumbles in a single season? Who leads the Jets with the most fumbles in a single season? And I'll even give you a hint. There's 2 that are tied. 2 that are tied.
I'm sure this is wrong.
Maddie's locked in. Abe is locked in. Sorry, guys. I will get back to all of your answers in a second in the comments section. Please hit that like button. Abe, what do you have here?
I didn't have a good answer, so I went out of the box. I said Michael Vick.
Michael Vick. You got the right position.
I'm in the same boat, but I said Bilal Powell.
The correct answer is in 1985, Ken O'Brien.
Okay.
And in 2000, we need my readers. 2012, Mark Sanchez. Both had 14 fumbles in a season.
Wow, Sanchez.
You know, when I originally looked this up, I was expecting a running back to be close.
That's why I took Powell. All right, Jets history.
I thought like the running quarterback.
All right, Jets history. How many numbers have the New York Jets retired? And I'm not counting Weeb.
Not Ring of Fame, but
Not Ring of Honor and not Weeb.
all right.
All right, let's go to Abe.
I'm trying to move quick, so I'm not really counting. So in my head, I just went 6.
Maddie.
I said 4.
Woo! Correct answer was 5.
Damn.
Right between you guys.
Sandwich, the manwich.
Right between you guys.
Is there one left in this, or are we done?
There is one left for 4
Do it.
points. If you get none and Abe gets 4, you tie.
Hell yeah.
Okay, but I don't think that'll happen because I think he'll get
Abe's pretty smart. He has his moment.
No, I think Abe will get some, but I think you're going to at least get one.
I'm trying to not think and just go because I know Maddie's got to get out of here.
All right, last one in the category. Is this the last question, Maddie, of the night?
Go for it. Well, no,
right.
We'll finish out the game, but we got to hurry.
All right, name the years, 4 points. Name the years that the New York Jets won their division. Name the years that the New York Jets won their division.
It's a guess, but all right.
It's a 4-point question, so that's a hint.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Just waiting on Abe. Uh-oh, time's running out.
All right, we're good.
All right, Abe, what do you got?
I got 1969, 1973, 1989, which I don't think is going to be correct, and 1998.
You get 2 points.
All right, I'll take it.
Maddie, what do you got?
I got 98, 02, 68, and 04.
Maddie, you get 3 points.
All right.
The correct answers, folks, are 1968, 1969, 1998, and 2002.
Nice.
That's really sad.
That's true.
That's really fucking sad.
All right, finish her off with whatever the last category.
U.S. history. We have 3 questions left in U.S. history,
God, help us
1970
all.
to 2000. Here we go. The eruption of this volcano in 1980 is considered the most disastrous in U.S. history.
Done.
Oh, okay. All right to it. Abe, what do you got?
Hawaii.
Mount St. Helens.
There you go. Maddie's coming on strong here in the second half.
I don't know any of this shit.
No, Maddie might need to be put under pressure because he's kicking ass right now.
Yeah, I got to sweat for a while. You got to double shift me on the ice before I start putting it in the net.
All right, here we go. The 2 questions left. In 1992, this hurricane took the lives of 65 and caused $26 billion in damage to Florida and the Gulf Coast. Honest Abe, 1992 hurricane. Big damage. Big damage.
I think I'm wrong, but go for it.
Oh,
All right.
I wrote Andrew, but I think I might have been the one that hit the Carolinas.
Holy shit. Abe got it right.
I put Charlotte, so good job, babe.
All right. Abe making the comeback.
There you go.
Relax.
All right, here we go. This is a 4-point question.
Oh, God.
And it's the final question of the game.
Final.
Here we go. There were only 13.
How many am I down? What am I down? What am I down?
5.
Oh, fuck. All right.
There were only 13 channels available on most U.S. TVs in the 1970s, but only 4 major networks. What were they? These are the 4 networks that everyone got on their little... And this went into the 80s. This went into almost to 88, 89.
I'm ready.
All right, we're all locked in. And I promise to get to your guys' questions. I'm going to trust that you guys put these, when I get to them, trust that you guys put them in right. But here we go. Abe, I need 4 networks, the 4 major networks that were available to almost every U.S. household.
It is ABC, NBC, CBS, PBS.
That's 4 points.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
I got the same 4.
Son of a bitch!
So Abe ends with 7. Maddie ends with 12. So Maddie, once again, is the champion of Midnight Mike Show Trivia here on Saturday night. Midnight Mike Show. And I promise I will check the comments section and just see if anybody else got a few. But Maddie, Abe, good game. I hope Abe can stick around because I have another guest coming in as soon as Maddie leaves.
I can stick around for a little bit.
Awesome.
All right, I got to go finish out my last shift before I'm on vacation. So
that's nice. And what's your what do you got, a week off?
Yep, I will be, like I said, I'm doing that fan expo thing, but mostly a lot of fixing shit around the house and revamping the nightmare behind me. All
right. Well, Maddie, have a good night. And you said hopefully Tuesday and next Saturday you'll be here the whole show.
Should be. Again, though, if you want to send me money so I can get Bruce Campbell's autograph, feel free.
What's your Venmo?
I don't have a Venmo. I'm old.
What's your PayPal?
Just hit me on Twitter.
What's your 1-900 number?
It's 867-5309. Ask for Jenny.
Nice.
Anyways, boys, I had fun tonight. I got to get my ass moving, but I will talk to you on the flippity flop. Abe, I hope to see you, if not Tuesday, Saturday night, man, because we never get to bullshit. And I will talk to you kids later.
Let's shoot for it.
Have a good one, Maddie. Good to see you as always. Out with one, in with another. Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Jets, how you doing tonight?
Let's fucking go!
Did you bring me in? Oh, there it goes. I have the light, man. What's up? My internet might be really shitty. We're going through a storm right now.
A storm?
Don't be.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's good to see you. I don't know if earlier you saw Tommy, but I named like 20-something worst Jets moments of all time. And I'm asking everybody to kind of give me a top 5 list so I can eventually figure that out. If you don't, I will go through them super fast. And just for not only for you, but people in the comments section, because I don't think I've gotten a full list yet. I've gotten a lot of people giving me 1 thing or 2 things, but in order to score on my sheet, I need everyone to give me 5. Okay. So do you want me to run through them super quick?
Yeah, go for it.
And I said this too, Tommy. I said, unless you're the Browns, Cardinals, Lions, or Jets, you couldn't off the top of your head come up with over 20 embarrassing, highly embarrassing moments
with no research.
You just know them. You're just like, oh yeah, no problem. It's like give me 10 numbers, and I'm like, right. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's the same thing. All right, here we go. Vinny goes down in 99. Aaron goes down in 2023.
Yeah.
The fake spike, Dan Marino, 1994.
Yeah.
The Dennis Byrd tragedy. Losing to Pittsburgh in 2004. Doug Bryan missing 2 field goals versus Pitt in 11. Or was that 10? I don't know.
Doug Bryan was 2004.
Yeah, Bryan was.
No. What was the 2 missed field goals?
2004.
Oh, okay. Then why do I have 2 separate ones? I wrote it twice.
That's when we drafted Mike Ted Nugent the next year.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we did. I forgot about that.
Then we have the I combined the 95 and 96 season where we went a combined 4-28. The hiring of Adam Gase.
Yeah.
Losing to Detroit in the final game of the 1997 season to miss the playoffs. Kyle Brady being chosen over Warren Sapp. And actually someone in the comment section also said Dan Marino being chosen over, Ken O'Brien being chosen over Dan Marino, but Ken O'Brien held his own. Yes. It would have been nice to have Dan Marino, but Ken O'Brien and Dan Marino have the same amount of Super Bowl rings. In 2010, the sideline coach tripping the Dolphins player, blatantly and obviously.
Yeah.
In 1988, the Jets lose to the Bills, 37-14, and the fans set Giant Stadium on fire. Mark Gastineau burying Bernie Kosar well after the play was over for a 15-yard penalty, thus leading the Browns to tie up the game, go into overtime, and beat them in the playoffs. Geno Smith's broken jaw. Drunk Joe Namath on the sidelines. I want to kiss you. The 1982 AFC Championship game with the waterlogged mud field.
Mm.
Sam Darnold being moving up to pick Sam Darnold. The butt fumble. Bill Belichick being our coach for one day and then going on to do what we know he did. Mo Lewis downing Drew Bledsoe and then Tom Brady doing what he did. And Sam Darnold seeing ghosts.
That's a good list.
Yeah, big list.
Yeah.
So
I added a few I'd like to put out there. The just to let Tommy know the other ones that I did that I wrote down besides everything that you had. I added to that trading for Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
Trading up for Sam Darnold, not knowing Sam Darnold's going to be available. The Christmas Day 99-yard touchdown to Victor Cruz, and beating the Rams to get Zach Wilson instead of Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, those are pretty solid, man. I don't know if I can even think of another one. Maybe that punt return touchdown.
There's probably more.
Yeah.
There's a lot more.
To be fair.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Punt return touchdown against the Patriots.
Even Valerie in the comments section threw in Malachi Corley's drop.
Oh, yeah.
But once again, it's like that is embarrassing. But it doesn't necessarily hold up to some of these other worse moments.
Yeah.
You know, like him dropping the ball before the end zone doesn't ruin an entire season like Vinny or Aaron going down or something.
Yeah,
the
Vinny one broke my heart.
Quickly, let me, while you think there, Tommy, because would like you to give me like the top 5 that stuck out in your head. I just want to whip through some of these comments just to see if anyone, Mets, he got that question about Scrooge McDuck, his cane as a club and a pogo stick. Absolutely right. Polo Grounds, correct answer. Mark Sanchez was a correct answer on the most fumbles in Jets history. Chris B got both Ken O'Brien and Mark Sanchez. And I guess so did Mets. Although Mets, what were you looking at? What Google were you looking at? On how many seasons the Jets made the playoffs? Chris got it right. 14. Good job. Moving along, keep heading down here. I just want to see. Clancy, not the longest trivia game ever. That was a rushed trivia. Just want to make.
Well, it was luckily I had not even a clue of what 90% of the answers were going to be, so I didn't even need to think about anything.
On what seasons did the Jets win their division? Valerie got 1. Chris got 1. Oh, but then added 2. Mets got 3. 98 is the only one I remember. Well, you got to remember 2002, right? Or maybe you were just blocking that out. I don't know. Even Lane got 1. And yeah, there you go. Valerie got Mount St. Helens. Scott got Mount. Good job, Scott. Mets got Mount St. Helen. Good job on the Hurricane. Clancy hit Andrew. Chris got Andrew. Clancy got Andrew. Mets got Andrew. And then on the networks, Valerie got all 4. New York Jets Superfan got 3. Mets got all 4. Chris got 1. And then CBC. I mean, what are you, Canadian? What's that about? I love you too, Scott. Good to have you in here. And once again, guys, if you could, I would love a list, but I can't. If you just throw up like Chris just threw up butt fumble, I can't score that because the way I'm scoring it is if you give me 1 through 5, I put it next to the thing and I circle it. If you voted it first, I put 1 in a circle, and then whoever has the ones that have numbers next to it, whatever one has the lowest would be obviously higher. It's like golf scores. But Tommy, what are the top 5 that stick out in your head? For if you're just going to do it without ranking it, give me your number 1, and then we could go from there. Like, what's the first one that sticks out in your head?
The worst one for me by far is Testaverde going down. That's number 1 for me. Number 2.
Talking together too much for too long.
Was that?
I said you guys have been talking together for too long.
I love Vinny, man. Vinny's been
my
favorite. I grew up loving Vinny Testaverde, the Italian name and everything, man.
Dude, if I could have one person on this show, like as a guest, like a Jets player, it'd be Vinny Testaverde. I don't know how I would ever do that.
I'm trying to find a way to interview him.
Oh God.
I'm trying.
Like I wouldn't even. I don't feel like there's very few people. I feel like I don't care about celebrities like that. People get nervous. Never. The only person I could picture getting like nervous would be Vinny.
Yeah, dude. I'm trying so hard. That'd be so great. I would just love to pick his brain on stuff and just kind of because I haven't seen much like interview wise of the stuff that he's done in a long time. You know what I mean? So being able to talk to him, have him reminisce would be so freaking dope.
Holy shit! One we didn't even mention. Good job, Snowball.
Mary. Yeah.
See, we had like 25 with the ones Abe added 26, 27, and now we're throwing in Malachi Corley. We're throwing in the Fail Mary. It's like unbelievable. All right, Tommy, we're starting to get some in. Scott has one in that I'm going to have to put in, but Tommy, your number one, we got Vinny. What's your number two?
Yeah, number two would be the Bill Belichick thing. Just because that was just embarrassment for the organization, and then he went on to completely destroy us, which leads to number three. When one of my favorite players at the time, Mo Lewis, takes out, and then Tom Brady comes in, and then that just, the reign of terror of Tom Brady. That's my number three. Number four, honestly, maybe a little biased from, recency bias, but the Aaron Hill's Achilles, that'd be number four for me. Number five is drafting Zach Wilson because I was so vehemently against that.
Wow. I have to put that in.
Yeah, he was just bad.
And that'd be your number five. All right, and then we will go to this list and just check out Scott's. Number one, Gastineau in Cleveland burying Bernie Kosar. Hold on one second. I got to put that in there. That's your number one. Your number two, sitting in Candlestick Park and watching the 49ers spank the Jets. That's so random. Like, I don't even know how to judge that. I don't have a random game. Number three, Rodgers, 4 plays in. There you go. Number four, every Altoon concussion. There were a lot. Giving up the long game winning TD pass pass to Derek Carr. There you go. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate you following the rules. You gave me 5. That means a lot. By the way, folks, we do have new, I'm trying to get some super chats in. It's the last Saturday of the month, so super chats help out. Gifted channel memberships help out. If we get to 5, I will gift 5. If we get to 10, I'll gift another 5. And I have some new Jets catches in the bag for you guys. So enjoy that. It's not just Garrett's anymore, folks. Not just Garrett's anymore. The fans set the stadium on fire. Once again, Chris, come up with a concise list of 5 and put it all in one comment, and I'll make sure to put it in. Just trying to check that out. But guys, how long is it? How long is it until training camp? How long? What are we looking at here? A month? They meet in August, right?
Too long.
Yeah. Probably before. Yeah, probably right around August.
Because honestly, I think I said that to you, Tommy. I think that's when we're going to get signings of Garrett and Sauce.
Yeah, I think we talked about that.
Whenever those Jets drives start coming out, that's when we're going to get. That's when we're going to get something. But who knows? Who knows?
We trade Brees Hall before the season starts or halfway through.
That's tough. Because that's tough, and it's like all I'm hearing is about how the Jets are going to be this running team. And if the Jets are really planning on over the next couple of years being this running team with this bolstered offensive line, and then having Justin Fields, a scrambling quarterback, along with Braylon Allen and Brees Hall, you got to keep Brees, right? If he goes, I would say right before the trade deadline. If he goes. They're not going to enter the season. They're not going to get rid of him before the season starts because everyone in the entire Jets community knows we're trying to be a running team. Well, if we're trying to be a running team, where would the sense be in getting rid of Brees before the season? So that what they've got to do is get through the first up until the trade deadline and then go, look, it didn't work. So, let's just pawn him off or get more value from him. That's my thoughts. I'd like to know your guys' thoughts.
I mean, it's crappy answer, but running backs for a dime a dozen. Like Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis can run the ball not just as well as Breece Hall. They're a step below, but they can be plenty productive. You can find these guys. We are going to be a heavy running team, but you still need receivers that are going to be out there to try and show that maybe a pass is at least coming, right? All we got is Garrett Wilson out there. Who else is playing receiver? Maybe spend a couple bucks on another receiver and at least have the perception of it, because it's only going to help the running game by having guys not stacking the box.
Excuse me, Abe. We have plenty of receivers. Garrett
Oh,
Wilson,
God, he said the same thing to me last time.
Alan
He said the
Lazard.
same. Abe, I said the same thing to him last week, and he hit me with the same response.
Yeah, we have Alan Lazard.
But Breece has been more money coming out of the backfield and catching the ball. So what would be the sense in getting rid of him?
I'm going to look up some stats real quick about Justin.
Tommy, were you the one who said that you think Breece is going to be our number 2 receiver, or was that someone else?
I think that was me.
Because that could be feasible.
Yeah, which probably doesn't bode well for the Jets if that's the case, though, unfortunately.
No, I agree with that. But what do you think? Do you think he's going before the season starts? Do you think the trade deadline? What are you thinking here?
I don't know. I mean, Aaron Glenn was doing a lot of lip service saying that he wants him on the team. So whether or not that's lip service or whether or not that's something, real that he plans on doing this season, we kind of have to see how that goes. Glenn doesn't strike me as a guy that's going to just talk out of his mouth, talk out of one side of his mouth and then do
I hope he talks out of his
mouth. I said I thought they were going to give it to Breece last year.
He's not Ace Ventura.
So it's tough to say, man. I mean, personally, like team construction wise, they should probably get the most for him, because by the time the Jets are like probably good enough to like be consistently a playoff team, he's going to be older than dirt at that point in terms of running back years,
Yeah, running backs have a short lifespan nowadays. Lane wants to know, Tommy, how you feel about the Yankees. Better than the Mets, I'll be honest. But let's see what Tommy said.
What's up, Lane? I was a Yankees fan. I don't really get worried until like a month-ish or 2 months from now, to be honest with you. As long as they always find a way. They go through their ups and downs, but they just always find a way to make it to the postseason, and that's why you got to have faith in them. Even though I loathe Boone. They should have got rid of him a while ago.
I mean, it's like with the Knicks. Thibodeau he brought them from not playoffs to the playoffs and won a series right last year, and then this year brought them to the championship game, or the Eastern Conference championship game, and then they fire him. And I flipped out because I'm not a diehard Knicks fan. I'm not a diehard basketball fan, period. But that makes no fucking sense to me. Aaron Boone just brought him to the World Series. So where would be the sense in getting rid of him?
Roster, though, like Soto, they had Soto.
They had a stacked roster with fucking Girardi. They had a stacked roster with.
Yeah,
Torrey.
I did not like Girardi that much either. Torrey is probably the only guy because he kind of saw the beginning of that construction a little bit. But Girardi, I was not a fan of either, to be honest. I thought he underperformed with the team they had.
Hey, what would be, because I just pulled up some stats, what would be to you guys positive numbers for Breece Hall in the receiving game? How many receptions?
I would go by yards.
By like 40, 60 receptions, probably.
So when Justin Fields is a starter with the Bears for 3 years, these are rough estimate numbers. You're looking on an average somewhere between 50 and 65 receptions by running backs over those 3 seasons.
Per season?
Per season.
Okay.
50, roughly between 50 and 65, divvied out between multiple guys. Now, obviously, guys like Khalil Herbert, more pass catching guys. David Montgomery can't catch the ball if his life depended on it. So there's obviously going to be different factors that go into those things where Breece Hall has elite receiving skills as a running back. It is just interesting to see kind of like the numbers around it of how many targets are going certain places. So for example, the 2023 Bears, when Justin Fields started 13 games, DJ Moore had 136 targets for 96 receptions. Cole Kmet had 90 targets for 73 receptions, and then it drops all the way to wide receiver 2 Darnell Mooney, and then the running backs. And the Jets offense, honestly, is built very similar to that, where you have one go-to receiver, DJ Moore, Garrett Wilson. You have a young tight end who you expect to do things, Cole Kmet and Mason Taylor. And then you have the running backs who you rely heavily on. The difference is Darnell Mooney was the number 2. He's a legit number 2, probably not then, but now is, where Josh Reynolds, you couldn't pick out of a goddamn lineup. And Alan Lazard, despite what Mike wants to believe.
No. I've said this before, and now that you said that, I have to clear it up once again. Last year, I made a prediction for Alan Lazard. This year, I have no predictions for Alan Lazard. He's not with Rodgers. I made that prediction based on the fact that it was Rodgers throwing him the ball, and I was damn fucking right on it. I hit it on the head. I don't have any predictions for Alan Lazard this year. Now I'm playing it as a joke. Now I'm being like, hey, what about our boy Lazard? It's a joke at this point. Now, once again, he can come out and be a legitimate wide receiver 3, but I'm not going to make any predictions about it.
I have a much higher hopes that Malachi Corley can be that wide receiver 3 than Alan Lazard.
Well, me and Tommy have personal beef with Malachi Corley.
I understand.
Little bitch.
It's soft with a capital S.
Yeah, but I think.
Yeah, I wish him to. I want him to get 1,000 yards.
Yeah,
I can hate him all I want, but he's still a Jet. So I hope he gets 1,000 yards, so that then I can make fun of him more.
Yeah, let's get to that point.
But how many yards did Brees have receiving last year?
Stand by.
Okay, because I would expect him to match that at least this year, because he's proven that he can do it. We knew this even the season before that. Everyone was saying, like, when Zach had taken over the helm for an injured Rodgers, everyone was saying, like, why aren't they getting to Brees out of the backfield? Why aren't they throwing to Brees? And then halfway through the season, or a little more, he started to catch the ball, and the coaches were like, hey, look at this, Brees can catch the ball. And then they used him well last season.
So I'm going to give you 2 years worth of stats, because his rookie year he got hurt early on. In 2023, he had 95 targets, which is unheard of.
Yeah, that's a lot.
76 receptions. Again, bonkers numbers. Only 590 receiving yards. Last year, 76 targets. Again, I need to see where that ranks, but I'd have to assume that's easily top 5 for running back targets. Only 57 receptions and 483 yards. So I don't think that's an incredibly productive output from the position with the high level of numbers that are going his way. Like 76 targets, that's wide receiver 2 level target numbers. Now, obviously, the numbers are going to be skewed because of Devontae Adams coming in and all that kind of stuff later in the year. The Braylon Allen getting weird touches and weird moments, kind of whole entire situation kind of stuff. But only having 483 yards and 57 receptions, I mean, that's not that much. That's not big. That's not big.
I expect him this season to have at least over 500 easily. Like, otherwise it's not worth it, because unless he can prove he can fucking finally run the ball, because his first years or two, he was running over people. And then, or at least, maybe not Braylon Allen style running over people, but he was still running the ball well. Last season, he couldn't run the ball. He was fumbling it every time, like it seemed like every game he was fumbling the ball. I know he probably only had a couple fumbles, but it was at pivotal moments, and it was annoying. So I expect him to have at least like right around 500 yards receiving, even if he has a good rushing year.
He need for him to have a productive year, it has to be 1,500 scrimmage yards total at least.
Yeah,
you have to have 1,500 scrimmage yards, and he did that in 2023 when he had 590 receiving and just under 1,000 rushing.
That's the Brees we need.
And honestly, if you look at today's NFL, if you rush for 1,000 yards, what's that come to, like 100? What do they say? It's like 110 yards a game or something like that, or no, less than that, like 70 yards a game. I'm not.
Yeah.
You'd think this Drew can do math better, but 1,000 yards at 17 games. You know what? Calculators work. 1,000 divided by.
Dude, you don't need a calculator. You've proven before. Like we did something. We were like, what's the square root of 752? You were like, I got that. And
Yeah, you had to say what's the square root of $752, and then it's like,
oh, you got it. Boom.
But yeah, 1,000 yards by 17 games is under 60. Let's say 60 yards a game. So if you can't get 60 yards a game, what kind of level running back are you in this league?
Yeah,
No, I agree with that. Speaking of money, are you upset that they've discontinued the penny, Abe?
No.
No.
I have a whole stack of them somewhere.
I know you do.
I just use them to throw at people.
I gotta get a soundbite for whatever, because you even make your own jokes. I gotta get a soundbite or something, like one of those bar mitzvah songs that I could hit when you say that. Exactly. Yes. There you go. Real quick, Chris came in finally with a list. He says number 1, Sanchez butt fumble. Number 2, the 1996 1-5 record. Number 3, the 1982 AFC Championship Mud Bowl game loss versus the Dolphins. Number 4, Bill Belichick's day as a coach. And number 5, Vinny going down. So thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. I definitely do. Who's going to, I mean, what's our receiving core right now? Honestly, take away Brees.
hot garbage.
It's Garrett Wilson.
Well, the Garrett Wilson, that
Right.
he's legit. Maybe not,
Then it's best case scenario, a bunch of guys. Like the term Jag, right? Just the guy. Josh Reynolds, just the guy. Alan Lazard, just the guy. Malachi Corley, as of right now, just the guy. Who else is even on the roster?
They got that rookie, but he is not great.
The dude that has like what's that the brothers, the Griffin brothers, right? One of them legitimately was born with no hands. I'm pretty sure he has better catching skills than the receiver we took from Georgia.
Come on.
I agree with Abe, actually. I think Abe is spot on there.
Now, what are you guys' thoughts? I mean, I've heard a lot of positivity coming out of now once again, it's coming out of Jets camp. It's coming out of the Jets organization and Jets beat reporters. But I'm hearing a lot of good things about Mason Taylor. Is there anything in your guys' mind that has brought up his value in your mind coming up into this season?
He's a rookie tight end. Like, prove it. Like Brock Bowers isn't going to happen. Like let's not.
No, I don't think anybody expects a Brock Bowers performance in his rookie year.
For sure. But
think of the tight ends that the Jets have had over the history of the team. We don't have, like, I can't even think of one in my lifetime where it was like, oh, he was the shit. He was awesome.
Dustin Keller could have been that.
No, I can think of a bunch of guys where I'm like, oh, they were a good tight end.
Yeah.
But like, never.
You know who I thought was it? Like, you know who I really thought was him? And when we drafted him, I was jumping up and down because I had him as a top 10 pick. We took him in the second round, and that was Jay Samaro. I thought Jay Samaro was going to revolutionize the Jets offense for years, and that guy was so fucking bad.
Well, that's par for the course for the Jets.
Oh my!
You get excited. You get really excited about a guy. He gets on the team. He's absolutely like garbage. And the funny thing is that I was talking to somebody at my Clark Kent day job, and I forget what they said, but I was like literally there. I can't think of a person aside from Vinny Testaverde who was on another team, was well known for being on another team before they came to the Jets, and then performed better on the Jets. Like, think about it. Think of Neil O'Donnell, Boomer Esiason. Think about, Brett Favre. Think about Aaron Rodgers. Like, think about all these quarterbacks that came from other teams to the Jets, and they just sucked, or they were mediocre at best.
I got two names. One you're going to agree with. One you're going to say I'm a homer. One of them's Curtis Martin.
Yeah.
Oh, I was more talking quarterback, but no, Curtis Martin is legit. You're right.
Okay, I wasn't talking about quarterbacks, like at least in my mind. The other one was my guy Braylon Edwards, where he was good.
Okay.
He was good in Cleveland and really gave us something special that we needed with the Jets in 2009.
Yeah, I'm with that too. I love Braylon.
But it is really hard to find a guy or guys. Like what did we come up with there? Just 3? We came up with 3.
Yeah.
And it's I'm sure there's like 1 or 2 more.
Hey, Nick Folk hit some big kicks for us in the playoffs.
Wow.
Kind of.
Still. Tommy, you know enough about the Ducks? Scott Foster wants to know how you see the Oregon Ducks doing next season.
This upcoming season they should be good, man. I mean, Big Ten's a whole different animal. You got a lot of good teams there, but I like the way they're set up. I mean, it's Oregon. They're going to recruit well. They're going to perform well. Otherwise, coach is going to lose his job. They just got a guy. Oh my God, I think his name is Bryson Beaver. He's a 4-star quarterback commit. He looks to be good. He should have joined Oregon State because then there could be endless Beaver jokes, but that's for a whole other thing. But I do like Oregon. I think they're going to be a competitive team this year, which I don't know if they're like natty material, but who the hell knows, man? We'll see. The college football playoffs a lot different now.
Who is their quarterback still? Dante Moore, or is he he at UCLA now? Or I know he went one to the other.
I think he's still there.
Real quick,
yeah, he is still on Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah. He was the UCLA guy who came over.
Okay.
I think Chris is this is about Brees. He says my prediction is 55 catches, 540 yards this year receiving, rushing 1050 rushing yards. Now that would be fine. I'm okay with that. Like Abe said, right around 1500 total all-purpose yards.
Which I stand by in the grand scheme of things, but if you really if you look at it, it's just about 60 yards a game, gets you 1,000 yards for the season. If I tell you your running back's averaging 60 yards a game, this superstar running back, you're like, man, that guy sucks.
Yeah, straight up though.
Clancy comes in. Channel member says Arian Smith looked mad good in minicamp and OTAs. Do you guys see any of that?
Personally, it doesn't mean much to me. I've covered teams where they looked great in minicamp and OTAs. I mean, fucking last year's Jets. They looked great in minicamp and OTAs, and they stunk it up. So,
and once again, it's like there's a difference between a team coming out. Like we as fans or whatever, most of us don't get to see all this. So if a team's putting out, or a team's beat writer who's trying to get on good graces with a team is sitting there saying that a guy or a couple guys are looking amazing, oh, they're going to be you have to take everything with a grain of salt.
Chauncey Stuckey, baby.
Yeah. Great name.
So just so you guys, I brought it up. I pulled it up because we were talking about Mason Taylor. I pulled up Cole Kmet's numbers when he was with under Justin Fields. So his rookie year is 2020, a year before Justin Fields. So his first year with Fields, 93 targets, 60 receptions, 612 yards, 0 touchdowns. The following year, 69 targets, 50 receptions, 544 and 7 touchdowns. And his last year, 90 targets, 73 and 6. So again, I think that the Bears offense that was built during Justin Fields' time is so similar to the way the Jets offense is built. But I think the Jets have a better offensive line than what the Bears had. To the point where Justin Fields, and this is a weird thing to say, I felt about this about Johnny Manziel when he came out of college. The Browns had a very good offensive line, just a crap rest of the team. Johnny Manziel's biggest thing in college was he was great outside the pocket. Inside the pocket, he was dog shit. And when he went to the NFL, the Browns had a really good offensive line, and he couldn't sit in the pocket. He couldn't do anything. I do worry a little bit about Justin Fields sitting in a clean pocket. Is he talented enough just arm-wise to pick apart a defense with time? Like, is he that guy, or does he need to be moving around in order to find his right spots and make things happen?
Yeah, does he need to be scrambling and like under pressure? Like Matty, Like Maddie was under pressure tonight during trivia, and he came as soon as it got. Oh, we only have 10 minutes left. He was like, oh, and then boom, all of a sudden he gets 12 points.
He did get shut out in the first half, so
he definitely did. He definitely did. What do you guys think? Chris says Mason Taylor prediction: 45 to 60 catches, 700 yards, and 6 TDs. Ooh,
that's high.
I love that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But once again, Chris is one of our very optimistic Jets fans.
Yeah.
So I feel like a pessimistic Jets fan would come in and say 20 catches for 250 yards and 1 touchdown. So you got to meet somewhere in the middle there. You know, that's where I'm at with that.
Yeah, he might get a lot of check down catches. I don't know how many yards it's going to turn into.
How about this? Who's gonna have more receiving yards this year? Malachi Corley or Mason Taylor?
Mason Taylor for sure.
Mason Taylor, yeah.
All right, I agree with that. I think
the better question is, who's going to have more receiving yards, Mason Taylor or Breece Hall?
That's good. I like that. Oh, that's close. I don't know. Kind of hope.
Realistically, I think they're both going to be around 400.
That's where I
want them to have more. Yeah, but if I'm being just realistic and not being, as you said, a homer earlier, 400 yards is kind of believable.
You got to hit that hard R there, Mike.
What do you mean hit the hard R?
On homer.
Realistic. Okay. I thought you were talking about retarded. I was like, I didn't say that.
I was saying on the homer.
You're a homer?
Homer, yeah, you got to hit that hard R.
Hard R.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are they? Do you know if they're wearing those? Do you know if they're wearing the 98 uniforms this year again? Or the hybrid 60? Because the jersey now is like the 60s Jets. Yeah. The helmet is still the 98 Jets, but the face mask is gray like the 68 Jets. They did this like weird hybrid, but I just don't know if they're wearing that this year.
I have no idea.
I wouldn't be. I mean, I'm not against it for one game. I'd rather them wear that than the black uniforms, if you want me to be honest.
All I want is for you to be honest.
I always try to be honest.
I'm gonna be honest, Mike.
Yep.
Chris says I'm wearing my New York Jets shirt with Jets logo, sitting on my couch watching you guys. You're watching on a TV. Do you guys watch YouTube a lot on TV, or do you watch it on your phone? I always am on my phone.
I watched it on TV with my daughter because she has shows on there, but that's it.
I watched on TV today. My wife signed me up to play in some pickleball thing over in our bougie community that we live in. So I had to go on YouTube and learn the rules of pickleball.
Oh, you're fancy now, huh?
I don't know how that game got so popular. It's just a weird version of tennis, isn't it?
It's like tennis plus ping pong in one. Yeah.
Is it the one? Is pickleball where is it like where you know where all the old guys go into that room and they hit it against a wall, or is it an actual court where it's back and forth?
That's squash. This is on a tennis court.
Okay, but instead of a tennis racket, you're hitting it with like a solid racket.
You're playing ping pong with a wiffle ball.
Why?
Fuck knows.
Yeah, because that's my question. Why? I don't get it. Are there any pickleball players out there?
I'll let you know in a couple weeks. Once I watch it today and I go, that doesn't fucking sound too hard.
Hey man, it could be an easy way to lose weight. Get some exercise in. You know what I mean?
Relax. No, you don't maintain shape without trying.
Real quick, Scott says it's like half a tennis court, so it's a smaller court than a tennis court. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. He also says it's an old person game.
Oh, for sure.
Like shuffleboard.
Yeah, dude, but I'm getting to that point in life, so I'm good with it.
Yeah, Abe's converted over.
You want to know and I'm really contemplating doing this, but you want to know a way that back in the day I used to lose weight and get in shape really easy?
Bitches.
But I'm so competitive, especially with myself. Dance Revolution.
Really?
I'm telling you, you get that pad, you get a PS2 or whatever it was that DDR was on, and you just start off slow, and then all of a sudden you're like challenging yourself like okay, you know, did either of you guys? I never played it, but did you ever play Guitar Hero or?
Love Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
Okay, you know how you always are trying to beat yourself.
Yep.
Okay, imagine that, except you're dancing and you're basically burning tons of calories instead of sitting there with like a Mountain Dew Code Red and like a bag of Doritos.
Mountain Dew Code Red. Now we're
now we're fucking talking.
Now we're talking. Yeah, I'm at the stage in life. I play old man slow pitch softball, like high arc softball, where all I try and do is hit home runs now. I used to be like gap to gap, like no. I don't want to run. I'm either gonna hit it over the fence or I'm gonna hit a fly ball. I'm good. I'm good either way.
Scott comes in. He's celebrating the last few days of Pride Month. Thank you, Scott. Good to know.
Cool.
I used to play Michael Jackson video game Dancing in Bedroom. The only Michael Jackson video game I remember is Moonwalker, and that was it was like a Genesis game, and you played him like it was a side scroller, and he would go and kill enemies and be like, hey.
Are you sure he used to play video games while in Michael Jackson's bedroom?
Oh, now that's probably what he meant to write. That's probably to show us on the dolls, Chris, where Michael Jackson touched you.
Where did he lick you?
Hey,
I'm not like other boys.
Don't worry, it was just the tip.
Flags were just for the jazzercise. It's not jazzercise, Scott. It's Dance Dance Revolution. You go over to any Oriental country, and you will find those guys will kick your ass with kung fu if you talk shit about DDR. That's all I'm saying. Either way. All right. Well, we're getting towards the end here. It's almost
where the hell is this show gone?
What? This is what happens. Do you know? I don't know if you guys know this, but I have had 3 shows. And once again, I have to use code words here because I don't want this show to get in with that. But I've had 3 shows kind of my ad revenue was cut in half, and my, when they what do they call it? The visibility of the show, where the amount of people who see that I put out a show was cut in half because I talked about the orange guy who runs the country, and the 3 shows were the show where the bullet went. Okay, it happened that night, so we talked about it. Okay, and I got a message from them that I had a severe hateful content on that show, and they sent me a thing like your ads are cut in half because we can't put ads on your show because of the content that you were using. And then it said that the visibility of your show is going to be I don't know what word I should look it up, but basically my ads and my visibility were pulled down because of that. Then on the night where people voted to pick a new person to run everything, that show just got pulled by YouTube. They took it down.
Really?
Yeah. And it happened on the night of one of my shows on a Tuesday night. I still have the show, by the way. I might put it up for members only. And then the next one that had happened was last Saturday or the Saturday before that, when there were flying objects that went over a certain country and knocked out their capabilities.
Oh, I think that's the one I came in a little late on.
Okay, so that one got the severe hateful warning, and it got it got ads, whatever. And and honestly, I think it's truly because we just didn't shit talk them. And we just talked about it and just went like, oh, I'm for this, I'm against this, this, that, and the other thing. It was just people talking about it because it literally was happening that night. It was the biggest news in the world. All 3 of those nights, something happened where the streaming service basically pulled it all down. Isn't that fucking crazy? And then Scott brought up, like when I was talking about this either on Tuesday or Saturday night, Scott brought up, he's like, you guys have shown literal horse cock on your show. Like the thing from Freddie Got Fingered with Tom Green where he's shaking the horse's Wang. I've shown that on this show, and no problems. We could put ads on, no problem. Visibility, fine. That's all good. But you can't talk about a certain guy in a neutral or positive fashion.
That's very weird.
It is very weird. I don't get it, but I figured I'd bring it up again just because it's bizarre how that happened.
I just set my alarm to wake up in 4 hours and 30 minutes from now. Fuck my life.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I don't know why. Just stay up, man. Just stay up the whole time.
Oh,
Scott, you could be right, Scott.
When I finish work tomorrow, I got to go spend the whole day at the pool with the kids. I'm gonna be exhausted.
What's up, Sir Luca? Glad to have you in here, everybody. Please, we're heading down. We're winding down the show. All I ask is that you hit that like button. Just show your support for the show. Show your support for myself and Maddie and Tommy and Abe, the Midnight Mike Show family tree. And of course, support still goes out to Sean Neutron, whose parents were on vacation in Ohio and got T-boned. But both are fine. The father, almost no injuries. The mom, a bunch of broken ribs, but they got her out. I believe they're getting her out Monday and bringing her back down, and everything should be fine. She's doing good. But guys, I really do appreciate you guys being here. We got to start winding down. Chris, of course, please subscribe to the channel. Subscribe if you're new. All that stuff. Sir Luca, sweet. All is well. Like done. Thank you. I appreciate that. Very good stuff. You guys, Tommy, are you doing what are you doing this part of the season? Like, are you traveling anywhere, anything like that?
Yeah, actually, next month I'm traveling to North Carolina for the AAC and the ACC College Football Media Days. And then I have my guy in Las Vegas doing the Mountain West and the Big Ten. And I'm just trying to see if my buddy in Texas can do a couple of the ones that are in Texas. And a lot of stuff is going nicely. We're just kind of becoming a consulting firm in a sense, too, because I've ended up hooking up Teddy Buchanan with a deal in Delaware, and now we have guys from the NFL's IPP, like the pro day that they had. They're hitting us up and trying to check eligibility to get into colleges and stuff like that. And I have some connections in there. So the company's doing some weird stuff. I'm not mad at it at all, but it's an interesting ride, man. It's been fun.
Do you still have super long hair?
Yes, actually, I want to mention in like 2 days I get to finally cut it out. I don't think I told anybody. I lost a bet in fantasy and I had to just let it go. I had to let it all go.
For how long? Was it a certain
until we draft again, which is in July 1st. And so I have like Jesus hair right now, like goes down to here.
What's that like? Who's that?
Huh?
Oh yeah, he's a Jew. He killed Jesus. Who's that?
I call myself Fat Jesus now to everybody who sees me in person, because
you should grow out your beard real long like Scott.
That's why that's why I have the beard growing too. I'm not supposed to touch anything. I'm supposed to wear hoodies and hats every day until which is fine. Normally I do, but it's summertime now, bro. Like I'm dying. You know what I mean?
Oh fuck, wearing a hoodie every day, especially in the heat wave.
Yeah, and I have to take picture proof. I have to do all that shit. So I'm in. I think it's 3 days technically. I get to finally. I'm shaving my head military style, shaving the beard. I can't fucking wait, dude. And I'm jumping in the pool first thing.
Hell yeah! Real quick. Before we head out of here, we have a super chat. Scott Foster coming in with $1.99. Give me some horse wang, and that means we have a Scott sighting. I appreciate that, Scott, coming in at the last minute with a super chat. Very much appreciated. That's awesome. And by the way, Abe, did you know Tommy now has a much easier Twitter or X handle?
Is it Tommy Jets?
No. But it's under his name. It's at Tommy CFB for college football. And you guys can go follow him. And believe me, Abe he can't even be around X. But Tommy, on the other hand, if it was between me, Maddie, and Tommy, me and Maddie mostly post nonsense. Tommy actually posts stuff that is interesting and has, something you'd care about.
That matters.
Yeah, exactly. Like me and Maddie will post just trash. But Tommy's worth the follow. So definitely go follow Tommy Jets at Tommy CFB on Twitter. Guys, I really appreciate you being here. It was awesome. And I love getting the Jets Uncovered group back together every now and then.
I feel like we had a draft with the worst moments.
We did.
No, did we get to that draft? Because I know we ended up at a certain point. There was a certain point where we stopped doing it, and I remember I had a couple lists that I don't know. It just seemed like there was something that we missed on that.
It could be. I don't recall. I remember it was definitely, if it wasn't done, it was on the list to be done.
It definitely was. It was definitely on the list to be done.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. Abe, I'll let you go. You have to wake up in 40 minutes.
Yep.
So have a good time with that. And it was awesome having you on the show.
Yep. I'll see you, fellas.
Later.
Absolutely. Abe. Have a good one, Abe. And Tommy, same to you. I appreciate you coming on. You know what? I forgot to drop a link, and I know Lane and Metz are going to be fucking pissed off. Guys, I'm sorry. But when you have Maddie and Abe and Tommy on here, and we do trivia, and we have all this Jets worst moments, it's a lot. It's a lot. But Tuesday nights, usually I can get people on. So please come back Tuesday night. But Tommy, thank you for being on. Follow Tommy at Tommy CFB on X. And what is it? What's the website? League Winners website?
Yeah, it's just the leaguewinners.com and the League Winners on Instagram. On Instagram, we post every single player interview and media where we go to all these places and stuff. So if you don't like reading shit and you like seeing pictures and interviews and players talking, that's where to check it out.
Awesome. Scott just wanted to clarify that Super Chat would not let him say horsecock. That's fine. I don't expect Super Chat to allow you to say something like that. It's raunchy. But Tommy, thank you for being on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Take care, Mike. Later, guys.
Have a good one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a good one. I thought that was a great show. And once again, for all of you guys, there's a thing now on YouTube where if you go to my main channel and you just, go to the channel without a video playing or anything like that, there's a button for community, and it's almost like Discord. So I know a lot of you are in Discord, and I love talking to you guys in Discord, but in YouTube community, you can now post on my channel. And once again, I ask that you act like an adult. We don't need pictures of horsecock that I know Scott is getting ready to post at this moment. We don't need that. We don't need N-bombs or English cigarette words for gay people. We don't need things like that. We need to keep it clean. But guys, feel free to go over, comment under the posts I make. Put your own posts up so that people can comment on it, and let's make it what they want it to be. It's called the YouTube community. So you go to my main page and you check that out, and you can post, you can comment on posts, all of that stuff. And I guess only subscribers of the channel can do that. But that makes sense. Like, why would you want to, we would only want people who are friends of the show and subscribers of the show to be able to post on that. Also, lastly, two new videos have come out on this channel over the past week. Number one, the first one that we did, Maddie and I continued our retrospective on the Friday the 13th series, and we did Friday the 13th part 2, and we reviewed it. We go scene by scene. I have visual aids for all of you, and it's for right now on this channel, it's for members only, but you can still watch it for free. I have a secondary channel that I'm trying to build up. It's called Midnite Mike Studios. So it's literally every single letter of this channel, Midnite Mike S, right? Midnite Mike Show. Just take out the HOW and add TUDIOS. Go find it, subscribe, and you can watch that for free there. If you're a member here, you can watch it on this channel as well. But I am going to try to build up that channel. It's going to be all 80s and 90s, pop culture, horror. I plan on watching, it's because it's public domain. I plan on watching the original George Romero Night of the Living Dead on here with you guys and seeing if I can get away with it, because it is public domain. I don't see why. And it's one of my favorite movies. I love the Romero Zombie of the Dead series, especially the first three. But Night of the Living Dead, we're going to watch that together, and that will be a blast. Another thing is I went back into my old repertoire before this became a Jets channel. It was what Midnight Mike Studios is now there for. But I did a lot of food reviews. I did old school. I did like New Coke when it was re-released. Stranger Things sent it to me for me and my co-host for our old podcast, and we taste tested it. I did Moxie Soda. I did old Dunkaroos. And just now, for the first time, I tried Wingstop. I see all the commercials every fucking time I watch a game. Every time I watch an NFL game, every time I watch a hockey game, anything like that, there's all these Wingstop commercials. So I had to try Wingstop. I'm a huge Buffalo Wing fan. And that's on this channel here. It's not members only. It's anyone can watch it. And please go down below that video and tell me your favorite chain of Buffalo Wings, because I want to go and taste test them. I've tried Buffalo Wild Wings. It's been a while, but I think I'm going to go back and try Buffalo Wild Wings. But what is your guys' favorite Buffalo Wings? Even if it's boneless, like maybe you like Pizza Hut's boneless Buffalo Wings. Tell me about it under that video. I'll go check it out. I've noticed that my favorite Buffalo Wings come from, like, I don't want to say mom and pop, but like individual restaurants, ones that, like, not necessarily chains. My favorite Buffalo Wings always seem to come from those kind of places. And maybe you feel the same. Let me know. And I'll do a few more taste test videos when I go to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, where Metz is right now. On the way down, on the way back, while I'm there, I'll probably record a few taste tests. The South has some good goddamn food. I'll tell you that right now. But that's it here from the Long Island Sound. That's it here from the Long Island, from Connecticut, tri-state area. But I am on the Long Island Sound outside of New York City. It's good to see everybody. And Tuesday night, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, we will be back to do more Jets talk, if there's any, and just bullshit. Have a good time. That's what we do on this show. Hit the like button, all that great stuff. I appreciate all you guys being here. Scott with 199 comes in and says, review Rocky Mountain oysters. Not happening. There will be no balls in this mouth. No balls in this mouth, Scott. Did you expect me not to know what they were? Or did you know I knew what they were and went, Mike's not going to put balls in his mouth? Thank you, Scott. I really do appreciate that. I appreciate the 199. It always helps out. But anyway, guys, from the Long Island Sound, I am your late night New York Jets host, Midnight Mike, and I can't wait to see you next time. Happy 4th of July. I'll wish you another happy 4th of July on Tuesday night. Have a good one, folks.
Come out, troll. Come out and die.